Hi there, my name is Christine. I'm a demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I want to make a fun fold today, show you how to do that. And it's going to use a full half sheet of paper. So I'm using the Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper. It is in the annual catalog, and it's just gorgeous. Just to show you, if you're not familiar with it, some of the beautiful patterns. So it's 12 by 12 sheets, and it's got that inked, the alcohol and ink technique. It's kind of got that look to it. It's also got a lot of beautiful gold foiling through it. Isn't that gorgeous? So something I should all tell you is that I am a paper hoarder. So this is a bit of a confessions of a paper hoarder sort of video. But I want to use my beautiful paper more. So, I mean, it's just so pretty. And I get stumped on how to use it. So the card that we're making today is actually going to use, like I said, a half sheet of 12 by 12 and other little bits. And it's going to allow you to like really show off the paper. So that's what drew me to this this layout. So I'm just gonna got all my cutting done with the exception of my designer series paper. So we're using this one. It's got the beautiful pale papaya and some beautiful greens in there, a little gold foiling, and on the other side it's a variety of greens. So we need a sheet that measures 5.5 by 12. And then we need to score this piece. Am I still on camera? So I'm just going to line it up. My scoring notes are over there. So we're going to go 4. Now, when you're scoring designer series paper, it's a little more delicate than cardstock. So 1 pass is enough, I find. And what I love about my scoring and cutting tool here is that it's 2-in-1, so that's nice. And it's got the swing out arm, so I can score bigger pieces. So I'm scoring 4, 6, and 8. There we go. Don't need that right now. So I'm just going to make my folds. So I decided before starting the video, this is going to be the inside and this is going to be the outside. So we are going to make our folds. So the first fold is book style. I'm just going to pull out my bone folder and make that nice and crisp. Our next fold, though, is the other way. Just gonna get that. There we go. And the next one will be like the first one. So it's kind of making like a bit of a book. And I just want to make sure that it is folded evenly. There we go. So now you've got kind of like a little book, like so. So our card base is 5.5 by 4 1/4. I'm using pale papaya. You could use thick white if you prefer. And I'm just going to adhere that together like so. I'm going to use my liquid glue to do that because I find it easier. I also like to have a little bit of wiggle room with my glue, so this doesn't dry instantly. Therefore, it'll give me a little bit of that. So you're going to line it up to the bottom, and you're going to have a little bit sticking out on either side. So I'm just trying to get that border to be fairly even. It's always my aim. All right, so we'll put that out of the way for now, and we'll go to do a little bit of stamping and then we can assemble it. So I've got, this will be for my inside. That's gonna go here. This is a little surprise element that we'll do after, and this will be my sentiment on the front. So I am actually using 2 different stamp sets to build this card because I love them both. The first is The Biggest Wish. What I love about this stamp set is layering the sentiments. Excuse the sound. So this is one of our photopolymer sets. So it's got the top piece here to protect your stamps. So you want to keep that. Now we are going to use, I should have taken my inks out sooner and I didn't. So Evening Evergreen and Pale Papaya. So I'm going to start with the Pale Papaya. And I'm going to make a happy birthday card. So the word happy. So you don't need to press hard on your ink. I'm just inking that up though. Now I am going to pull this a little bit closer to me because I need to see what I'm doing. So happy. I feel that it could, that's all right. I was gonna say I feel that it could be a bit darker, but I think it's all right. And then I'm going to use birthday. But that's where we're switching inks to our dark. So we're gonna go with the Evening Evergreen. I love with the kind of bold, big font. I really like to layer these 2 together. And there's a variety of sentiments that allow you to do that with this stamp set. Isn't that cool? So you've got the happy in the background and the birthday overlaid on top. You see that? I like the way that works out. So, so you've got thanks, birthday, happy, hello, friend in bold. And then in cursive, you've got birthday, happy, hello, thanks, and friend again. So it allows you to layer them up. Like I really like doing hello plus friend, or thanks, friend, happy birthday, obviously. Or you can use them separately. So it's a really versatile, fun little stamp set I have been using. Actually, I should probably put the birthday away too. We don't need that. So the other stamp set that I wanted to bring into the fold today, though, is the new Special Moments stamp set. This is from Celebration. It's actually got 2 pieces to it. It's a double one. So if you spend $120 Canadian before tax and shipping during Celebration, which ends February 28th, you could get this stamp set for free. It's got so many lovely sentiments to it. We're going to use 2 on this card. Trying to put things away as I go so that I don't get completely overwhelmed here. All right, so we've got our happy birthday. Put that up there. This one says, where would I be without a friend like you? And I die cut this circle ahead of this video using the layering circle dies and my cutting and embossing machine. And where does this go? This goes over here. All right, so we've got that lovely one. And then this will be our inside piece. How about I Think You're Wonderful? I think that's a nice, that'd be nice to receive, wouldn't it? Just to find it. There we go. There's a happy birthday in this set as well. I just really wanted to use the other one with the beautiful big fonts. I love Evening Evergreen. It's just so classic. And there we go. So that's it for our stamping. So let's move on to assembling our card. I always put my inks away so that I don't stick my fingers in it or my card bits or anything like that. So let's get the inside done. Actually, no, we're going to save the inside because it's fun. The front's fun too, but in a different sort of way. So I want to use the Expression and Ink ephemera pack. So it's these gorgeous gold foil sheets that are already laser cut with all kinds of beautiful gold bits. Some leaves here too. This is kind of what's left over once you've used a whole sheet. I don't know if you can see that with the glare, I hope so. So it's really fun, and you get 4 of these sheets. So even you can see with what's left, you could, you know, cut out more even and have more gold bits. It's always fun. So I know I'm going to have to do a little bit of cutting to this. So I do find it's a little bit finicky. Like you kind of, you're going to play with things until you're happy with them. And then, so like, I think I'm going to have this kind of going like that. And then there's some bits that I could remove even from here if I want to and have it more delicate looking, which I might. Still indecisive. And then there's this solid piece that I think I am going to put behind to give it a bit more pop. So it's super versatile is what I'm trying to show you. It is a little bit fussy, I will say. I am going to pop these pieces out to have it look a little bit more delicate. So, yeah, so like I was saying, it is a little bit fussy, but it's so pretty. And I have no idea why it's called an ephemera pack. That's terminology that I'm not really familiar with, but there it is. There's another ephemera pack in the spring offerings right now too that looks really cute. Okay, so we're gonna have this. We'll have our happy birthday kind of going in that way. I want to put this little hexagon piece underneath my happy birthday, so that's the easiest bit, the easiest layer. So on gold, I tend not to use, I don't like to use liquid glue on the gold foiling because I find it doesn't dry very quickly. So these are glue dots from kits that I have, like my paper pumpkin kits and other that I'm using. Except for that glue dot, it doesn't want to be used. So we'll move on to the next one. These are a little bit fussy as well. I do like to use our other glue dots that you can purchase in the catalog. These are just really small and they were handy, so that's why we're using those. All right, so I do want to kind of try to line that up fairly straight underneath. I hope you can't see my head. There we go. And we'll line this up that way. So just to make sure that doesn't move around too much, excuse my arm. Now that I've got my position, I'm just going to use a tiny bit of tear tape and stick those two together because it'll make my life a lot easier. I'm hoping that that's, just want to make sure it's level. So situations like these, I like to work with my grid paper because it makes it a little easier to line things up. Keep moving it. Hopefully that's not too far off. There we go. Yay, it works. Okay. So this is too long. Let's trim that. Just gonna use my snips to do that. So I'll keep this edge straight, but I'm thinking I'm gonna make this one a little more interesting. There we go. So that's fun like that. We could also add a little bit of greenery, which is always fun. Gold greenery, as it were. So there we go. We'll do that. So for this, again, I'm just going to use a glue dot. And then once we've got that all assembled, we can decide if we want to put it on dimensionals and pop this up, or if we want to keep it flat. And you can just gently rub off if you've got fingerprints on there, which is going to happen, and that's okay. Trying to decide. I think I'm going to put it on dimensionals. I do love my dimensionals. So I'm going to remove the tear and tape, and I'm going to stick a dimensional on top of that. It's going to be uber sticky. And the ephemera bits are going to look like they're floating, which is kind of fun. Dimensionals are easily cut as well if you need them to be a certain size. They do sell the mini ones, but I just like to work away with my normal ones and cut up that border edge typically to whatever size I'm looking for. And I find that works really well. So these are double-sided. And I'm not going to worry about adding any more sticky stuff to that delicate gold foil ephemera part, the frame, because it's going to be held together with all the rest of it. So we're good. And we could add some ribbon to this if we want. And oh, we could definitely add some bling. Let's do that. The other part of the ephemera pack is this these little sequins, and they're somewhat see-through. Oh, they are see-through, sorry. They have a little bit of, they just pick up the light kind of nicely. Just drop a few on there, throw them around as it were. So they just kind of capture the light and move things around a bit. Okay, let's do the inside. This is so fun. So the easiest and most obvious part is this piece. So I'm just going to use glue to put that down. Nothing fancy there. And thanks to a comment from my son, who's almost 13. Oh my goodness. I've actually added an element that wasn't in my other card, which I'll show you when I'm done, my prototype. And we're going to stick that. I'm just going to put glue on half of it and put that down. So it kind of has a bit of a, it's not a pop-up directly, but a little bit of fun. So when you open it, you've got this little extra bit. But my son was looking at it and he's like, Mom, you could put something on here, like a gift card holder. I'm like, oh my gosh, so clever. So this is another piece of the designer series paper that I'm going to use to do that. and I am just going to score it. So this piece is, it was a, what's it called? Scrap. So it measures 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. So this was left over from another project I made. So I am going to score it gently at the 4-inch mark. I did not press hard. I've written a tiny little 4 in pencil because I'd measured it ahead of the video. So we're just going to fold that in half the other way, like so. Just grab my bone folder. So that's going to go here to be a little gift card holder. I may trim it. I find it looks fairly wide and I really don't need it to be that big. So yeah, let's trim that down a bit. I'm not really giving away my my Costco gift card, but it's here for example only. So I am going to take off 3/4 of an inch, and it's just going to look prettier. So otherwise I find it kind of clunky. So bring out my paper cutter again. So I can measure on either side of the cutting mark or the scoring mark. So I find it easier when I'm dealing with small bits. I said I was taking off 3/4 of an inch, so I'm lining it up on this side so I can hold it nicely here. That scrap will be used for something else. I love that this striped piece. Now we want to put a teeny bit of glue on either side of this, but we don't want a lot of glue because we want to make sure that we can fit our card in and not have it stuck. So one of the things I like to do is when I'm doing something like this is I actually do put the card in to make sure it's going to fit, and it makes it a little bit of it fills the pocket a bit so it's not super flat and it's easier to put things in after. So for this, I'm going to use my liquid glue. While there is gold foiling on this paper, it's still paper, so it's more easy to it'll stick is what I'm trying to say. There we go. So just a teeny tiny bit. Really don't need a lot. I'm going to put my gift card down. And I'm going to hold that for a moment while it sets. If you wanted to, you could put a cute little sentiment on the envelope here and do something with that too. You can also use tear and tape to really make sure that, you know, there's no extra glue oozing out that's going to get in the way of things. I did not do that. So by having that card in there, can you see there's a bit of a pocket that's just naturally formed? And then, easy peasy, just a bit of glue on the back of here, and we've turned our super cute birthday card into a gift card holder. Provided you're not stuck buying your gift cards when they have that extra piece. I hate that extra piece. It gets in the way of everything. I'd made these super cute gift card holders for Christmas, and all I could buy was those gift cards with that extra chunk of plastic, you know, the ones that you get at the pharmacy because you're running late and you really need them. So yeah. Anyway, there we go. So happy birthday, a little cadeau. Where would I be without a friend like you? And I think you're wonderful. So that's our little project. So the other one that I made, I also used the brushed brass butterflies in addition to the ephemera bits, which I just need to polish out a teeny bit to get my finger marks off. So same designer series paper, just a different sheet. And I used a die-cut butterfly on this one to decorate it. And notice I put the gold foiling piece on the inside, which looks like, I don't know, it's just gorgeous. I don't know if it looks like marble or what, but it's just so pretty. And the first one I made is very different. same card style. So I used the Sweet Symmetry paper and the Cactus Cuties bundle to make this one, which I just love. The Cactus Cuties are in the new spring catalog. And this is die cut using the stitched rectangle layering dies. And where would I be without a friend like you? And I stamped off before making my pot on here to have the ink lighter. And then I stamped it full strength to make these. And again, these are sentiments from the Special Moments stamp set. The I hope your day is on point is from the Cactus Cuties stamp set with the point and cactuses. I love how they did that. So I hope you like these. I hope they inspire you to try something new. I will put the dimensions to make the card in the description of the video. Please subscribe to the channel to see when I post the next ones. And thanks for watching.